Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets.
All right.
That's my golf swing right here. Top
Oh,
golf.
okay.
We're in the
Hey,
middle of
Top Golf.
summer. It is kind
We're
of the
back,
sports
motherfucker!
drought
Yeah, fuck
season.
yeah.
It's kind of a drought waiting
It
for
is.
the NFL to start. The NHL and NBA ended.
Oh, yeah.
All we got's baseball right now. So we're going to talk a decent amount of baseball. But before we do, yesterday the Buccaneers unveiled their creamsicle uniforms are coming back.
Breaking news.
Share screen here.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a look at these, and everybody's going to give their opinions. I love
We're
them.
leading off the pod with a Bucks thing.
In the middle of July.
Why not?
And we're talking Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That makes sense to me.
About right. Hey, Weddle. Hey, close out that porn tab up there to the left.
Oh, shit, there's still one open? Fuck. All right. So, yeah, what do you guys think
Still
about
one.
this?
I like
I
it.
love them. They're fucking clean as hell, man.
It's perfect. They're going to be last in the division, so they'll wear the fitting jerseys from when they sucked.
From when they
Yeah.
sucked.
It does, when I look at it, remind me of just bad football. I
Just
can't
losing.
lie. Yeah. I don't know why, but it just, and it's
They
because
look cool. Don't get me wrong, but that's what it reminds me of as well.
When I see it now, I mean, they could make him look, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something to do something a little different that would look cool. Still, I don't know. Go back to the
I like them.
Yeah,
The only thing that bothers me, and maybe this
cool
is just
player
a
looks
thing,
better.
maybe they
Definitely
just
cool.
did this because it was like the promotional photo day, but you can tell the numbers aren't stitched. And I'm kind of picky when it comes to design and those types of things. But stitched numbers and names on the back of the jersey are just like so much fucking better than heat pressed numbers and logos. That's the only gripe I got. It's just that if it's a throwback,
do you
it's
think
gotta
that's
be
the
stitched.
actual jersey they're going to wear?
I mean, design wise,
A
yes.
little model of one that they're doing in front of a
I
green
thought
screen.
everybody
Yeah,
stitched their shit on.
Yeah, in the NFL, usually it's all stitched. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
as far as the game day jersey, so it better be.
Yeah.
I just think there it looks lame.
These are probably all photoshopped. They probably haven't even made the jerseys yet. These
No,
are
they
probably all
had
just
photo shoots and promo
did they?
videos.
Okay.
Bert Kreischer was a part of one of them. He was DJing with his fucking shirt off.
Oh yeah.
He's a big Bucks guy.
Dude,
Wow.
I mean, they're cool. I thought they were gonna be better. That's why I didn't do it. You brought up we were gonna be talking this, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and then I was like, I'll look it up, and then
It's
If
a
they don't win
shame
a
that they've
game this
went
year-
like 10 years without wearing these. I think it's a shame that they've had to go so long with that helmet rule that they couldn't
I
wear
agree.
these for like 10
It's just-
years.
and these pictures, it looks old. Like it looks like really old, like not cool old yet. Like you said, I think another one that we were gonna look
Yeah,
at
like-
is the Titan or the Houston
The
Texans,
Oiler,
or the
yeah.
Oilers.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Oilers. And I think that one will be.
Look at Warren Moon. This is the
Yeah.
fucking gangster.
But if like those, if they're doing
Yeah,
it just
Derrick
like
Henry
that,
wearing that, just fucking running downhill at you.
yeah, like that is. I don't know. I'd prefer those to. Yeah, like my uncle was he liked the Oilers, so it's like that's a cool throwback. I like that, especially the helmets, man. I'd prefer those to the Bucks, but I also don't know why two teams that like have a history of losing kind of are like, bringing back these ones when
They're trying to find ways to make money.
Yeah, well, Tampa's trying to cut. I think they're just getting them for free and just repeating all the old numbers from the 70s and shit. And they're trying to
Yeah.
save money. Now that Tom's gone, they know no funds. They're trying to.
I think we're
Money
going to
is
be all right
funny.
without Tom. Tom was not good last year.
Oh,
Let's
he
just-
was terrible.
I've said it a million times. Tom was not good.
So
last year.
when Kyle Trask is starting for you, you think he's better than Tom Brady?
No,
Okay.
no. But I think we're going to
Just
be
making
okay.
sure.
I think we can
Ryan
still
Allen-
find a way to win that division.
trying to get
That
Ryan
division's
Allen-
trash. We have a chance. We have good players on defense. We have a lot of really good players on defense.
Oh yeah, you guys are great. No, I think they're cutting costs, man. I
Yeah.
think that's like the cheapest font, the cheapest material.
They're doing it all as cheap
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah,
They're recycled high school jerseys from a Tampa high
Yeah.
school.
Just using an iron
Yeah.
to press that shit on. Yeah.
I grew up in Warren Sapp talks about living in Plymouth, but then he talks about how the Buccaneer Stadium, that was the big high school stadium.
Yeah.
He's like, and they weren't known for nothing but losing. And they show that kid rocking the T-shirt that's the damn creamsicle color. That's what I
know the
those
video.
ones, that's
I
what
know the
think
video.
about. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think about, man. I'm like, these
One,
Warren made a
yeah.
cool comeback, or I think he did, right, against the Bills.
Well, one last thing, like, because I'm going to end up buying one of these creamsicles this year. Should I get a Rondé Barber or a Derek Brooks? What do you guys think? I'm leaning Rondé Barber, but I could be persuaded.
Yeah, I think I'd go Barber.
Keeping the conversation moving, just go with the one that you feel in your heart.
Yeah.
Okay. The old
Yeah.
Rondé. Good old Rondé.
Derek Brooks.
We'll always
One of
remember
them,
that day, Jimmy, watching that NFC Championship game where
Oh, that was a
Rondé
great
got the
one,
pick
man.
six to seal the deal, send the
Yeah.
Bucks to their first Super Bowl.
The crazy thing is, we were actually outside when that pick happened too, playing football. Remember that?
Yeah.
We like looked in the window, and it was like, given now, we would never in a million years not be inside.
Go play backyard
watching-
football during the
Right.
NFC
Well,
Championship.
I mean, I could run around a little bit, but no, yeah, like,
Oh, yeah?
be like, you want to go play 2-on-2
Yeah.
football instead of watching
Missed part of the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, we
yeah,
were little kids. We were
yeah.
bored. You sit watching football for 2 hours. You're like, fuck, I want to go outside and play.
Yeah.
It made you want to play it. I remember going to Blues games, right? And you'd be like, man, I just want to play. Yeah. Those are fresh if they're coming
Yeah,
back.
last uniform, and these
Yep,
are
those
fucking
are coming
sick,
back.
dude.
Yep.
I like those.
And Jalen Hurts will look, just about like Vic does here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to be as cool as Mike Vick,
Yeah. Well,
other than the dog thing.
Jalen ran away from a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl, like almost as fast as Vic
Yep.
was running in that fucking clip right here. But those are really cool. I
Yeah,
like
those are fresh.
Yeah, those-
the green ones, you can't look bad.
For being so plain,
Yeah.
there's really not
Yeah.
to them, but
I'd be shocked
Not-
if anyone could look at the three and say that they like which one would you vote out of the three?
I mean, I would put Eagles 1, Bucks 2, Oilers 3, but they're all, honestly, I love them all. I really
Yeah.
do. I don't dislike any of them.
Yeah,
I'm glad that
all
they're
cool.
back.
Creamsicles will be cool too. They just look like I said, I thought they just look like old, or I don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
you think bland. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
my God. I thought they would be like, oh,
it's a lot of that weird color.
Maybe
It's
lot of that
very
weird color.
70s. Very
seeing it
70s.
like live though might be different, in a picture.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Michael, whatever his name is, the receiver, Mike Evans looked pretty cool in him. And
Yeah.
the other guys look bland. I'm a designer.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
That's right.
That's what I do. It's
Right.
part of my life.
Well,
Shohei Ohtani, I see you clicking in the MLB app.
yeah, let's go to
Shohei Ohtani,
baseball.
the man.
Shohei Ohtani, is he like the best professional athlete right now? Could you say that? Just because of how much things he does for his team. And it sucks that his team still isn't like fantastic. But
Like Cristiano Ronaldo playing goalie and then like running out and making plays in the field.
yeah, it's tough to make the comparison.
It's impossible, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it like
Yeah.
where-
You've seen it a little bit with a few corners, playing some receiver and
never to this extent.
return kicks, but yeah.
His OPS
And like
has-
Dion and Bo doing the two sport thing. So that might be more impressive, but
Bo Jackson was gonna, that could have kind of been that, but
I think the A's were
he
smart too
got
to
hurt.
since last year give up on him playing outfield. He just pitches and DHs. Don't worry about
Yeah.
playing the field. Just hit and pitch.
Yeah, that's enough right there. Yeah, that's
Pretty
fair.
impressive, dude.
But yeah, I mean, nobody has really done it successfully since Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And
And even he didn't
when-
do it long. People glorify that he was a pitcher, dude. Once he started hitting and shit, like he pitched for like the first
Mhm.
couple years, and he was a mid-rotation guy. He wasn't the number one, maybe leading the league. I don't know where he's at in ERA right now, but he won top 5 every year in ERA. What Ohtani is doing is like underrated. I understand the Judge hit the home runs last year, but the fact that he didn't even win it last year is stupid. MVP. I mean, he's the best baseball player that probably we've ever seen. I think. We've never seen anyone. do
Yeah.
it. And
He was definitely a better pitcher last year than hitter, I feel like. Where this year it's flipped,
Still at 34,
which
home
is kind of
runs last
weird.
year, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he had
Oh, I know,
34
but I think he's
bombs.
at like third. I think he's at that like
Oh
already.
yeah, now I know, right? Dude,
It's
yeah.
just
But
crazy.
do you see him being a dude that gets that hot? That
Yeah, he's at
actually
32
he
right
breaks?
now. He had 34 last year and 666 plate appearances. He's at 398 with
What did he hit
32
last
this year.
though? He
273, 34 homers, 95 ribs. But that's what I was saying. But he pitched out of his mind.
That's what I mean, dude.
He went
And
15-9 with a 233
on that
ERA.
team,
Yeah.
we talked about this on another.
Where
pod,
this
so
year,
I won't-
which he's still excellent, but it's a 330 something ERA.
yeah,
But he's
Still not
hitting better.
bad. Still not
No.
bad.
I mean, he's still an ace. I would
when you know you can
comfortably
go,
say.
So does he? Will he pitch? Will he hit when he's pitching?
No,
All right, because
I don't believe so.
Because if his ERA is that, but then he's like, but fuck it, I'm gonna go out there and get in. Like,
Yeah.
he knows he's gonna hit too, so it's like, all right, I'm gonna get that run back. Don't
Typically you
worry
play
about
5-6 games a week, so I think it's pitch one a week, sit one, DH the rest. So whether that's 4
Well,
games at DH or whatever, that's
do
where
you
it's
guys
crazy.
think-
He puts up the numbers, and he's not an everyday hitter.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance, just because how crazy of a fucking athlete the dude is, that he gets like super hot second half of the season and even breaks Judge's home run number from last year? What did Judge hit last year? 62? Isn't that right?
61.
Mm.
Because if he's at 30 now, he's not far off of that pace.
At 32, he could. I just think with Trout hurt and Rendon, like there's nobody. If he starts going on a tear like that, they'll just walk him. There's nobody else in that lineup to make him pay.
Yeah.
Like the at bats, like if he every time that he pitches, he's not gonna hit. That's like one less game that like Judge had. So it's like one less opportunity. So if he did that, that would really be impressive. Because it's like, dude, Judge he could DH even when he didn't want, and like, anytime Ohtani pitches, he's not gonna hit. So that would make it that'd be pretty crazy if he was able to pull that off. But yeah, I wanted to get started, if we were talking baseball. Cannot say enough about him, man. He is playing incredible. Like,
Yeah, and their team's still one game under 500. That's so fucking shitty. Like, and do you know when his contract ends?
So I misspoke, by the way. I'm looking at last 5 games. He definitely pitches and hits.
He does. They don't have.
So on July 4th, he pitched against the Padres and he hit against the Padres. So he's doing both. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so they don't even have a DH when he.
That's where it sucks. He's on the West Coast
Is the DH.
for a team that doesn't matter. We don't get to see him really ever.
Actually, we had a chance.
Well, we did, but 3 games. That's it.
Gone to that. No, but one game he was pitching here.
Yeah, yeah.
And we should have gone to that one. That was cool. He's a good player, dude. And it's a shame that they're wasting him like they did Pujols and they during the travel.
Yeah,
also.
Yankees sound like the front runner for him. Shocker.
Yeah, and his contract's up at the end of this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys saw at the All-Star game, they were chanting like, come to Seattle. All the fans were chanting that to Ohtani. And that's their division rival.
Yeah.
That's a team in your division. And you're like,
No.
yeah.
Bet they're a better organization than what the Angels are. That's for sure.
Well, and they've had a history,
Mariners
that
won a
you
World
can't get
Series.
any closer to home than
Angels
Seattle.
actually won.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Seattle would be. It made a lot of sense.
With
because that's
Ichiro
Ichiro,
there, and
right.
they've had a lot of pitchers as well.
And like they're really, they have. I know about the Seattle people, and they have a lot of. There's a lot of ties, and there's a lot of like in discretions, and there's a lot going on in Seattle because of the time clock, and it's a different part of the world out there, man. You guys.
I hope our audience understands what you just said better than I do, because I'm struggling to understand.
With him rocking back and forth, I'm like, what the fuck is he on over here? He's on something. He's on something from Seattle.
Yeah, yeah, maybe actually. I think those people aren't. So, well, no,
Yeah.
There's something going on up there, and yeah, it'd be a good spot for him to land.
What about like just broadening the baseball talk? And we're at the halfway point of baseball season, so why not make some picks for the World Series? And I looked through the standings here. I'll actually share screen the standings and scroll up and down here. But the pick I landed on is the Rays versus the Braves. So I feel good about that. The Braves have a bunch of young dudes came out of the minor leagues, like their farm system, and the Braves are probably the best team in baseball. Brad, would you disagree with that right now at the halfway
right
point?
now, yeah. I mean, their odds they're like plus 280 to go to the World Series.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
So
I still
Rays
think the
versus
Dodgers,
Braves.
though, the Dodgers could throw a trade in at the deadline if they go and get an ace.
Oh, let's just highlight
I
that
don't know.
Boston's last in the AL East.
Do that for me. And while you're looking at it, zoom in on last 10 games.
Last 10 for the Sox.
And then go up to the top.
8-2. So they have heated up.
And go up to the top. See what your boys are.
3-7. Everybody has their ups and downs. It's a long season, man.
Oh, yeah. So
No, your team's getting very hurt.
If they continue to go down,
nobody on the Rays can stay healthy this year.
Matt drinks the beer right there. Fuck this, dude. All right, well, hold on. Let me come up with some. No, look at our record though, and then go down to like the NL South.
Look at how bad Kansas City is. 26-65.
Dude, but look at the team in last place.
It's sad.
And look at our division, and then we're the Red Sox
in
last place.
AL East is a solid fucking
dude.
group
Go down
of
to the
teams.
NL Central. It's a joke.
Oh yeah,
fucking joke, man. Look at that. He's in first place.
Both Centrals.
41,
both. You see the AL Central, 500 teams leading the division.
Yeah, it's even worse. Wow, that's a group of crappy teams.
The Guardians are 500. The Twins are a game under, and they're a half game back.
And it's not like these teams are 500 because they're in the AL or AL East and like they're.
No, it's getting exposed now that they changed the schedule.
Thank God.
You know,
I've said it for years, dude. Fuck this. I've said this for years, man. The NL Central for years, and at one point there was more teams in that division. Like when they had the Astros in the NL Central.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The NL Central has been like that historically, at least in our lifetime, where like 2 or 3 teams in that division have sucked really, really bad, where you can just collect a bunch of easy wins.
Yeah.
You know, there's years where the Reds have just been terrible. There's been years where the Cubs have been terrible.
Yep.
Pittsburgh has been pretty terrible for a while now. Yeah.
I'm
going Marlins Rangers for the World Series.
Marlins Rangers for Brad. That would be interesting. The Marlins back in the
Marlins. The Marlins have done this without Sandy Alcantara pitching. When he comes back, they got Luis Arez that's trying to hit. You know, Arez is trying to hit 400 this year. He's fun to watch. I don't know if John Jay.
I haven't watched a lot of the Miami Marlins this year.
They did everything that the Cardinals wish they had done. Like John Jay is their hitting coach, right? Their first base coach.
First base, yep.
And then Skip Schumacher's their manager, Matt. So they had like all the guys the Cardinals wish they had got. Like they went with Marmol.
Or had. Yeah. I mean, they had Skip.
Schumacher was a bench coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like last year or 2 years ago. And then they let him out the door. And now he's taking a Marlins team that is in the hardest division. One of the hardest, not the hardest, obviously, but and definitely the hardest in the NL.
Yeah. I wouldn't sleep on the Reds either. The way that team steals bases, that's tough to deal with. Especially if they get in a series. If they get in a series where a catcher can't throw, Ellie De La Cruz is the most fun dude in the MLB.
Matt, have you seen that play where the guy
stole all 3 bases?
All 3?
Yeah, in 1 inning. And even stole home. It was pretty awesome to see
insane.
That video. Yeah.
30 games. He's played 30 games and everybody's already fallen in love with him. But he's hitting 325, 4 homers, 16 ribbies, 16 stolen bases. He just fucking gets on and runs.
Yeah. And he's a big dude, which is really crazy, man. He's a big guy. Like it wouldn't look like that's what's frightening. It's like that dude can play, you know.
Well, and he's probably not going to win the Rookie of the Year either.
And it's that dude from Arizona, right?
Yeah.
That's probably going to win it. What's his name? Because I just bought a box of baseball cards.
I made a lot of money off him in gambling in Phoenix, but Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, because I just bought a box of baseball cards last weekend because it's like a nostalgic design that when I was a kid, me and my brother would collect this brand of cards.
Bowman
Topps
Chrome.
Finest. It was Topps Finest.
You got a Corbin.
But I got a Corbin Carroll refractor, and I looked on eBay, and they sell for a decent amount. So I was kind of happy because when I pulled the card out, I didn't know who the fucking guy was. And then I looked it up and I was like, well,
he's only the leading player for the NL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's hit 18 homers and has 26 stolen bases. No big deal.
Yeah.
He had a little tweak, so he sat out the All-Star game, but he would have been a starter in the All-Star game too.
Do the D-backs have enough pitching for them to have any sort of chance in the playoffs? Yeah.
The starter for the NL All-Star game was Zach Gallen, the ex-Cardinal, who's their ace.
The ex-Cardinal. You say that with a bit of fucking God damn it.
Everybody is an ex-Cardinal that's really good right now. Your boy Arozarena is
look at that AL. Yeah. Adolis and Arozarena.
Jimmy, what about your World Series pick? What do you think right now?
I don't know, man.
Just pick the Rays. They'll represent the AL East.
I know, that's why I don't really want to say that. Houston.
Oh, don't pick Houston, man. You can't pick Houston.
You're right. I'm just being realistic. All right. Fucking.
They are good this year again.
I know.
I just can never. I will never root for that team again.
I can't ever. I'm not rooting for them. I'm trying to get it's right. That'd be cool. But I don't. Let's go. God damn, I hate all these teams. That's a problem. Like in the AL, I can't really pick one. Texas and Dodgers. On the Dodgers.
Rangers, Dodgers.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of random teams, and I think the Dodgers are. I thought the people were kind of down on them going into the year, and they're actually in Mookie Betts. It just continues to be a shitty thing.
Yeah, he proved he's way better at real life baseball than a home run derby, though.
Yeah, but we knew that.
His pitcher was throwing pitches like every 5 seconds. Like his pitcher would have fucking broke the shot or the pitch clock rule, dude. The way he was throwing pitches to Mookie, he was taking his sweet time. It was crazy.
I wanted to know who the best pitcher was, for the guy that has the most which pitcher has the most home runs ever,
Pete Alonso had a great pitcher. I remember. I don't remember if it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And Pete Alonso didn't have the same pitcher this year. I know
both years back to back, and then actually in a pregame a couple games leading up to the All-Star break, his regular guy strained his forearm.
No way.
Couldn't throw, and that's how Alonso ended up with that fucking idiot.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I did not know that story about his home run derby pitcher getting an injury.
The pressure, dude, of being the guy coming in, trying to throw to this guy and how much money was being bet on him. And the people like us, I didn't know that, but I wouldn't have bet on Pete. I bet on the Seattle guy, and then at the end when he got knocked out, I bet on Vladdy.
I didn't end up betting.
Listen to me at the end with the Vladdy.
Yeah, I always bet on Vlad Jr.
Jimmy was all worried on that one. I don't think he believed for a while there.
Well, because Arozarena got to go after Vladdy.
Right.
And Arozarena is the kind of guy that lives up to that, and there was a minute left or 30 seconds. He needed 5. And it was
I agree he's clutch. But look back at everybody that's won lately. I'm thinking Vladdy, Soto, Alonso a couple times. Who else? Harper Judge. They're all these big Stanton. They're all these big fucking dudes.
Who was that weird dude for the Reds that won one year? The white dude.
Todd Frazier?
Yeah, Todd Frazier won the.
That's another big motherfucker, though. That dude's 6'3".
Yeah, he just looks so plain. You know what I'm saying?
Goofy.
Yeah. Who?
I think he was in another one. He tried.
I think he was in a couple. Yeah.
It was son or his dad was pitching to him or something.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's a baseball MLB family. I'm not sure.
What do you guys think about the home run derby? We talked about the pitchers and the Pete Alonso's dude getting injured. What if they make some sort of robot? We talk about robot umps. What if they just make a robot pitching machine, and it's not your standard pitching machine? This is a transformer robot that they make look really cool, but every hitter gets the same pitches,
Yeah, I just think it's.
You think
kind of
that's
like
better or
honor.
worse?
It's like a cool thing to do for like an old coach, or I think it's more like the factor of this guy used to throw to me when I was little or whatever, like in high school.
Yeah, it makes it like batting practice style. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
There's not
like
many aspects of like
sons, and that would just be. I think it's more for like the fans and the whole like having that, because it is too like you're yelling at the pitcher. And it gives like, I'm sure they can have anyone they want, right? So you could have a guy from your team, but it's like, oh no, you wanted to go with the dickhead that you played high school baseball for, and that's why everything's in the dirt. When they have to take a pitch, that's the best, dude.
Imagine,
I'm good.
Or the dad's doing it. Harper's dad always got real into it.
Oh, he'd be gunning him.
What was the basketball or the baseball coach at
trying to get
Parkway
some velo
South?
on it for him?
Stahl out there throwing fucking home run derby pitches to
he could not throw for shit either.
He was a motherfucker in
dude, he struck me out playing softball. And
Matt, you struck out
I was not a good baseball player. I missed on 3 consecutive softball pitches. The big one, the big yellow ball. I missed it 3 times.
It's just a little hand-eye coordination.
You missed it 3 times?
Yeah, he refused to strike me out though. He refused to strike me out though. He had to throw me another pitch until I hit one.
Would you?
Yeah,
fuck.
I hit a double in the gap. I finally connected on one. But dude, like, and Coach Stahl knew from watching me it was competitive sports and games, where you play like actual like active sports. And he was like, damn, I know this dude's like pretty good at other sports from being the teacher and watching him play. But damn, he sucks at baseball. I'm not going to invite him on the baseball team anytime soon.
What is he saying when you missed the first one?
I don't know, man. I think he's trying to calm me down.
You're a stallion.
I think he's trying to calm me down. No. I think he's kind of like, all right.
What is everybody else doing? Like all the
nobody said
like
shit.
You and I are laughing their ass off.
I don't think there was a lot of there. I don't remember being that embarrassed, so I don't think people were laughing.
That's because you were locked in. You were tunnel vision with Stahl.
Yeah,
you were.
I was overswinging. They have a little bit of lag.
Overswinging. Jimmy, I think it's Jimmy's got a little going there.
He's in his own zone. He's meditating now.
Keep rolling. Yeah, I'm just lagging.
Transcendental meditation.
All right. What else do we got? Brad, do we even want to talk about the Cardinals? My dad said he's done watching the Cardinals. I talked to my dad on the phone. He said he's not turning the games on anymore. It's not worth his time. They suck.
Yeah. I watch it just to, for the young guys, but it'll be interesting at the trade deadline. We're not too far away.
Any promise for Jordan Walker?
He's not going anywhere.
No, I'm saying, like, is he good? Do you think he's good?
Oh, yeah.
He's not going anywhere. He's good?
No.
Okay.
I would be shocked if they moved Walker or Gorman.
Okay.
I could see him moving, unfortunately, like a Tommy Edman. Because I think
Tommy Edman.
I love him, but I think he would bring a lot of value to somebody else. He steals bases.
Base running
every
too.
Position.
Yeah.
Switch hitter. It's weird. Like Lars Nootbaar could be another one, but
yeah,
we'll see. Mosaic a putz, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. All right, that's enough on the Cardinals.
Yeah,
if they suck, I don't want to spend too much time on them. Let's talk a little bit of fantasy football. We're about a month away from some of our drafts. Let's keep it brief. Let's each pick like maybe an unsung guy, a guy you can get like, round 3 or later. Let's say even round 4 or later. And like a dude I have here is George Pickens, the Steelers wide receiver. And there's a variety of reasons. One, Kenny Pickett, he's going to be a little bit better in year 2. And the other thing is the Steelers wide receivers just turn out to be studs. Like we've seen it for the last 20 years. So in all my drafts this year, I want to get George Pickens. He's the one guy that I just like kind of want to try to get on all my teams. I'm going to be in 3 or 4 leagues. I want to try to get George Pickens on at least 3 or 4 of my teams this year. I feel good about him. What do you think about that, Brad?
I think any Steeler player is not a great fantasy football bet outside of notching it the right. I mean, who's
just because you don't expect their offense to be good?
Kenny Pickett's going to magically get better. I didn't see it last year.
He wasn't terrible last year. Like there's worse
Is he
young
a quarterback?
quarterbacks I've seen.
Because also there's a lot of mouths to feed. You got Freiermuth, you got Deontay Johnson. You know what I mean?
But Deontay Johnson is kind of just always like
we can kind of hear you there, Todd. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to leave here though. I'm listening, man. I can hear y'all fine. I'm just gonna try to leave.
You want to back out and I'll send you another invite?
Yeah, that'll work, man. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. Buddy. Yeah, I hear you, but with the Deontay Johnson talk, but like Deontay Johnson's nothing to write home about. I don't know how many
he just always seems to be a target hog.
I don't know. He always is underwhelming to me. Deontay Johnson never seems to have had like really high production.
I think the one that nobody will talk about that is Drake London.
He was good last year.
He was good, but
they didn't throw the ball at all either.
He's going to go in the top 3 rounds. You know, like I think like a Garrett Wilson, a Chris Olave, they're going to go much higher than Drake London.
Yeah.
But with the way that run game's shaping up in Atlanta, you could see a lot of fucking fade balls to him. I'm not saying he has like 100 catches, but 12 touchdowns, easy. I think
he could I could see Drake London getting more than 10 touchdowns, and I wouldn't be surprised because he was good last year. It's just Mariota wasn't very good at throwing the ball, and they also didn't throw the ball very often. So Drake London suffered.
No, I mean, I'm banking.
I like that pick. I like that name. Another guy for the Falcons, just because you mentioned him, Bijan Robinson. How high what is the earliest you would take Bijan Robinson?
Why I rocked it. He'll go top 10.
You take him in the top 10, and say you're picking pick 6. Would you pick Bijan Robinson if, let's say, because like Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry, maybe they go top 6 in your draft? It's not a guarantee that both of those go top 6 in your draft.
I think Jonathan Taylor will go pretty high again, just especially with Richardson in there now.
But 6 would be too high for Bijan, right?
I think so, just because they still have Cordero Patterson and Justin Allgaier or Tyler Allgaier, whatever. Allgaier. Yeah. You know, and he had a pretty good rookie year. So
we can hear. You're back, Jim.
Yeah, there you go. So when you got three mouths to feed, I don't know. I just think he might get overdrafted.
Yeah,
but he's amazing.
Maybe you gamble if you're at the end of the first round, you're at the snake at the end of the first round and beginning of the second. You take him with one of your 2 picks in a row.
Or if you're at that 8-9 spot and running back's getting real weak, you're like, hey, he's probably going to get 300 touches between, carries and catches.
Yeah. And then, Jimmy, do you got a fantasy sleeper? You got somebody, a non-Bronco or a Bronco? You can pick a Bronco. You can be a homer.
Yeah, no, Javonte Williams come back healthy as a clam.
Come back from the ACL with no slowdown.
Nope.
He's going to hit the ground running.
I don't know. This is too early for football.
I don't know.
Me, man. Yeah, I'll still win in the league, but I'm not giving away anything in the first.
He's still what are they called in the NBA? Fucking load management. Yeah, Jimmy's on load management for the NFL still.
I'm not giving away nothing in the first round. Top 6, you can get lost, man. I'll make my picks, and they'll be great.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, I don't know. I think it's too early for me. We know. I mean, as of we could do them as of now, but for me, I would just say I'll throw out anyone on the Broncos has to have a better year, and I think that would be considered a sleeper. Because I think anyone but me and Broncos fans are going to sleep on the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
So, Dulcich. There you go.
Yeah, he's solid. Sean Payton does use tight ends. Yeah. And he is good. Dulcich
is very good.
Yeah,
so there you go. But other than that, I don't really have anything on that one.
I got one more you'll like, Jimmy. This dude on the Chiefs drafted, Rashee Rice, out of SMU.
Sounds like a murderer.
The Chiefs receivers aren't very good. So why not? They drafted this dude in the 2nd round.
What's his last name?
Rice.
What's his
same as Jerry Rice?
What is he? Is he a white guy?
He's black. He's a fucking wide receiver, bro.
What's his last name?
Hey, a white corner got drafted.
His first name's Rasheed. That sounds like a white suburb.
No, it could have been like, an Oriental or whatever.
Indian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe,
But
perhaps.
I just thought well, never mind.
Dude, we need an Asian receiver to come into the NFL. Some really quick Asian dude learns how to play the slot. It'll happen eventually.
Hideki Matsui.
Yeah. Well, Matsui was not like the athlete or build Ichiro, but somebody like that might.
Oh, he get hurt.
Be like big enough. Like he was a big guy. Everybody be up.
Yeah, but you can't be big and play the slot. You got to be like a short, strong dude that can be agile.
I can play the slot.
Hideki Matsui, not agile.
Well, he's something, dude.
No. You hear about his porn collection ever? You heard about that? Hideki Matsui is like known for having like a collection of like hundreds of thousands of porno videos. You never heard about this?
No, are you freaking?
You know, I'm dead serious,
but you know this.
Dig into it. It's a pretty funny story, and he's like open about it. Like he'll come out and kind of talk about it.
Fucking Matt asked if.
So yeah, he moved to America and found out about porn when he was playing for the Yankees, and he just got real addicted and deep. Where he's got a collection. Yeah,
a collection.
Imagine that Ben Zobrist still plays for the fucking Rays, but then did it?
I guess he forgot about the time with the Cubs.
Benny Zobes. I never recall Zobrist playing for the Cubs.
Or no,
he only won a World Series with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know he played for the Rays. He was a long time.
No, and you asked earlier if he was still with him, and it's like, well, and then he bring up like that. That.
Did he die?
No, I'm saying the fact that
did he die?